Elephant is about your abdominals. That's the easy answer. But it's really about shoulder stability and hip mobility. Let's check it out. Coming up onto the reformer, 2 springs. I'm warm, so I'm going to move my feet back. If you're not warm, start with your feet more forward. If your hamstrings aren't flexible, start with your feet more forward. But you want to have your heels grounded, so much so that all 10 toes are lifted with a metatarsal ridge on the mat. This is a very specific position for traditional work. What it does is make you have to really balance and level yourself on top of the doming work of your foot. Now, back to their shoulders and hips. We can cue abs pulled together, scoop, scoop, lift, lift, belly button, level lock, all that jazz that we all have been taught to cue. But what if we were to say, keep weight on top of the spring bar towards the foot bar, where you actually feel where your arms have to do a job to not let you fall on your face, okay? I don't want to go over the bar, but I don't want to be in this place where my arms are making me push back and hang out in my shoulder socket, causing my thoracic spine to have to get all wonky and mobilize in the work. Nothing in the spine is actually moving. We're trying to keep it in flexion the whole time. Okay, so here we are. I have to actually keep more weight forward than a lot of you might think needs to happen, because I bet you a lot of you want to start back here. Now, if I try to push out from here, there's not enough oppositional support with the spring, and you're going to see movement in my mid-back. You also see that I'm just kind of hanging out in my hamstrings. I am not doing anything actually anywhere in my legs at all. I'm pressing back and locking back into my knees to move. No bueno. Okay, so here I come back on top of my shoulders, back on top of the spring bar and the springs. Now I have to find where my heels, now I'm going to move them forward a little bit. Now they're telling me to come forward because I want to dig down and feel where the engagement of my legs actually pushes up to meet the force that my arms are pushing back. I'm actually pushing up into. So you're creating tensity through the whole back body, albeit it is in its eccentric long contraction. So now as I press out, I ask myself, how do you only move the legs? Not the upper back, not the mid back, not the low back, only move the legs. And then I actually have to feel my arms respond to the spring as well to stay stable in the shoulders rather than let my rib cage or thoracic spine wiggle about. Exhale, pull in. Oh, y'all, that's so much low abs. So much low abs, okay? Let the head dangle down. That's tough because any tension up there in the traps really makes you want to kick that head up. Try to look up into your belly button if possible, right? And as I press out, I'm thinking legs dig down into those feet. Feet press through the carriage to the floor. Think of pushing the floor away. And I have to meet the tension rather than give into it. That makes your elephant not only about your front body, but about your back body, which is really why it's taught as the first exercise of your long stretch series, which the entire series is about front body and back body talking to each other in order to give you strength in the length of your spine.